空の彼方、大地の向こう、そうは世界の果てに立つ光のくさび、ロンゴミニアノ。
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis, back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews, and today we are taking a look at Figma 568 Altria Pendragon. Now, I did not know that's how they spelled her name or said it. So usually in the Fate series, she's Saber. She's a Saber, not a Lancer, but apparently in Fate Grand Order, she is a Lancer. So that's cool. She still looks basically the same, except slightly different. I wish I had my other Fate action figures. Unfortunately, I sold that part of my collection off, so I don't have anything to compare her to, unfortunately. But I will tell you this. There is a certain part of this figure that is not on any other versions of this character. They are usually not as visible, I should say, in the other versions of this character. But this is the front of the box. You can see some of the accessories there, some faces. The plastic is still on top of her. That's why it's super shiny. And there is a car or something, a truck or something backing up, so you might hear that beeping. Yeah, so if you hear that beeping, it's because this bus is backing in. I live across the street from a bar that does drop off and pickups for the baseball games, and so I have to deal with this every once in a while. Baseball games, soccer games, football games, for all the games. Anyway, so this is the front. Yes, the lighting is kind of skewing what she looks like in the package because of the plastic that's over the top of her. But when she comes out the box, we'll get a good look at her. This is what the side of the box looks like. Back of the box. The other side of the box. Then we have the top and the bottom. And that is it for the box. So let's go ahead and get her out of the box. All right, so now that we got her out of the box, we can take a good look at her. Now, she comes with her cape. She comes with her cape on inside the box. I did take it off just so we can get a good look at the figure without the cape. And I will say this. If you are okay with Figma joints, she looks amazing. I mean, Figma is known for its detail, and there is so much going on with this figure. It is so nicely done. It's a little gappy in the back, but that's okay. It's kind of just how Figma works. And you will have her cape on probably 99.9% of the time, so you won't be seeing that gap anyway. Same way with the shoulder. I mean, this is Figma, you know, it's kind of like Reveltech, you know. You gotta deal with the joints. Either you like them or you don't. But other than that, she looks fantastic. I mean, look at her face. See if we can get this to look at her face. The clear expressionless face, which is known by this character. I mean, she just looks really, really good. She just looks really good. The crown on her head is nicely painted and nicely done. Yeah, it's broken up and uneven right here in order to take her hair off to change the faces, and I'll show you the faces in the accessory portion. So technically, yes, they could have lined that up, and I guess you can say for the money that you pay for these, they should have lined it up. The hair in her back, the way that it's braided, you can clearly tell that it's braided. My lights might be blowing it out a little bit. I haven't bought a Figma in a long time, and I feel like this is straight quality right here. Of course, you got to deal with the Figma joints here. I mean, it's just the way the character design is. You have to compromise somewhere, and so you can't everything can't be perfect. I mean, for instance, she has a belly button right there. Technically, this is supposed to be a suit, so you wouldn't see her belly button unless it's so skin tight that it literally sinks into her belly button. I'm not quite sure if that was if that's how the model looked in the game. If that's how it looked in the game, then it's accurate. Doesn't have to technically be biologically accurate or like technically accurate, but everything looks really, really good. The lining everywhere looks really good. The painting with the little design on her chest is really nice. The little design there is really nice. Try to get it to focus a little bit. All the painting is done very, very well, which is, I would say this is typical for Figma. Yes, you do have a tendency to get some issues. Whoop, knock the camera a little bit. Get some issues here and there, but it's very, very minimal, and you have to be looking really, really close. I think she looks fantastic. Aesthetically, she is on point. And she stands really well. Look how easily she stands with these boots, with these little feet. But bam, she stands really, really well. Let's get to the accessories. So let's start off with her cape. Like I said, she does come with this on in the box. It's made out of cloth material. And I've noticed that Figma has kind of started leaning into the cloth material, and I like it. I think this is done really, really well. The nice silkiness inside of it, the nice texture on the outside. It's got the bendy wire all the way through, all the way in here, all the way through the other side as well. So it works really well. It drapes on her very well. I like it. I like the little feathers. They're a little flat. It definitely could be sharper, but it's fine for what it is. So that's her cape. Then she comes with the typical hand tree, as most Figmas do these days and have forever now. She has two open hands that are with the fingers. Then she has two open hands that have like the kind of mitten on it. She has one weapon holding hand with the mitten, and then two weapon holding hands with the fingers in them. So all of those are painted very well and sculpted very well also. So that's good. Next up, we have her faces. Whoops. We have the smiling face, looking straight, which is good, and it's done very well. And then we have the open mouth yelling face, which is also looking straight. Thank you, Figma. They have finally started making their figures with eyes looking straight instead of to the side. So that looks really, really good. Next up, we have her lance accessories. And the first one we have is this one here. Do not ask me what this is. I assume it's her lance. I don't know if it's doing some kind of special move, but it looks really good. It's painted very well. I'm not quite sure how it's supposed to look, but that's this part. I'm just gonna do this all in one shot. Then we have her other lance accessories, which is this really cool effect. It's kind of swirling around around the lance, I guess this is. So this special effect is pretty cool. Then it has a couple of handles. So it has this handle here. Whoops. It has this handle here. And then it has this handle here. So I guess she has two different versions of her lance, or does she have two lances? I don't know. So this version goes in here. So these two connect and make the full lance there. So that's nice. And then this one goes with this one here. So I guess she has two lances. Again, I haven't played this game or seen if there's an anime. I haven't seen it, so I assume she has two. But that's pretty cool. And that is it for the accessories. I mean, she comes with the obligatory Figma stand and baggie. I don't really need to show that. That's standard for all Figmas. So let's go through the articulation. She does have the typical Figma joint, so typically you can pose these things away, but it is a hinge joint. It doesn't look up that much at all. Looks down a good amount. She does have a little side to side, but not a whole lot, and I don't want to really tweak it too much. Watch this little hairpiece. Don't press down too hard on that. You will break it. Her shoulder joints are pretty smooth. She can go up past parallel. They are a bit tight. She has the typical Figma elbow past 90 degrees. She has the hinged, what are these? They're like hinged ball pegs for her wrist. Both arms do work just fine. As far as the torso is concerned, she can't go back that much, but you are going to see her guts, which is unfortunate. And she doesn't go forward that much at all. I would say if this was straight, then this is as much as she can go back forward and backwards if you want to see it from the side. She doesn't have a waist joint. Her legs go up this far. Oh, and she does have a she has like a faux bicep swivel. They could have put a bicep swivel in there, but I don't think Figma ever does that for aesthetic reasons. So you get the swivel at the shoulder. Her legs go up that much, so it's not terrible. Back, if I can get that out the way. They go back this much. And then she has a decent spread. Her little, I don't know if you want to call this a dress, but it does have hinges on it, so it can move up and down, and it can turn a little bit, and you can kind of hinge it up and down and back and forth a little bit like so. She has a thigh swivel at the top. I don't know if there's one hidden in the there is one hidden in the boot, so that's pretty cool. So she has a thigh swivel there and at the top, so that's really nice. I'm glad they did that. Her knees go just about 90 degrees, and you do see the hinge, the Figma joint inside of there. It's not great. It would have been nice if they had made this a separate piece and it kind of flowed with the it does move a little bit, but it doesn't move with the knee. And then her foot can go up that far, down that far, and you can move the joint over for a rocker. So typical Figma articulation. Not bad, not great, but for Figma, it's pretty standard. Let me put the cape on so you can see what she looks like with the cape. It does just peg in her back right here. She does have a second peg here for the stand. And so you just peg it in. See if I can do this on camera. And yeah, she looks really good with the cape. And it does somewhat hide the joints, but you can kind of pose them away if you like. But yeah, I mean, obviously the focus is not on her shoulder joints and probably more around this area. I'm not going to point it out. I'm just saying it might be around that area. But all in all, I think it's a great figure. You might want to check it out. I got mine from Hobby Link Japan. They do still have some available at the time of this video recording. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you like the review. I am kind of getting back into the swing of things, so my review style might not be the greatest at the moment. It's been a while since I've been doing this, so I'm a little rusty. So forgive me for that. But anyway, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.